welcome back to Stephie Creates. So today we are going to be using UV resin. I got these super cute masks from Temu, and then I also got these metallic colors. So I wanted to try these out on these masks. So that's how these look. I have not used them yet, so I'm hoping and praying that they look really cool. So we're gonna start by putting it into this one. And I think what you do is you refill it by putting it in the cap on. So I'm gonna take this and see if I can kind of smooth it around a little better. I'm gonna move these guys out of the way. I'm gonna do all of them. I just gotta do one at a time. And I want to make sure I get every little spot. Okay, I think I got that. Let's try a different color. What about this one? This one's a nice deep blue. We're gonna go ahead and kind of just put it in that one. And then again, take this. I know it still has the pink one on it, but that's okay. Because I found that painting resin with Poscas and whatnot, it just doesn't give you that color. Well, at least for me, it doesn't give me that color that I want, that rich, bright color. I don't know if maybe I'm doing something wrong when I paint or what, but it just doesn't. Alright, so I kind of want to try each of these. Alright, so far I've done TJ04 and TJ11 for this one. This one has a little bit more detail to it, so this one might be a little, I might have to touch it up with Poscas or some other paint marker. Ooh, this one's pretty. I like this one for this. And these do look like they go a long way. I have never used these before, so they say they're for resin, so I'm kind of curious to see what happens when I add the resin. Like, does the color, the powder move around? Does it stay? You know, all those little questions. Just trying to get all the little nooks and crannies here. All right. And this one is TJ09. And then I'm going to go in, actually I'm going to get a different one, and kind of use this to help it get into those crannies a little bit better. Because this one has a lot of little spots. Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more from here because it's just not getting into there. There we go. Okay, and yes, I got it everywhere. So there's that one. That one looks really pretty. TJ06 is another purple. Let's do this one. This one's definitely a little darker than the other one I did. And I'm getting in all these little nooks and crannies again. Which I think is the hardest part about these molds with all the details. I mean, this one definitely does not have as much detail as the last one, but it still has detail. So I'm just going to take this guy and hopefully push some of that color into these little grooves. I think I'm going to have to get a little bit more for over there. Yep. Nope. Get this on there right. Still doesn't feel right. Yeah, it's not going on the wrong way. Okay, so there's that one. Try to get this guy in here a little better. Nope. Okay. And now I kind of think I want to do a silver one. So we'll do silver on this one. let's try seeing if I can move. And I'm getting some red in here, but that actually might be a cool effect. Getting the pink in there a little bit. Okay, I do need a lot more silver. Okay, so I need some right there. Yeah, some up here. Okay. Try smearing that in. That's a little better. And then now I need some down here. Okay. So here are my masks. And now I'm going to put my UV resin in. I do have 3 colors that I did not use, but that is okay. Alright, I'm going to get my gloves on. I'll make sure these are all in frame for you. Yep. Okay, perfect. Got my UV resin. And I'm just going to fill them up. And like I said, I don't know how this powder is going to act with the resin. Is it going to just rub off? Is it going to even go onto the resin? We shall see. I did have a bubble there. Someone said if you do this, they come to the surface. But it doesn't look like that's going to come to the surface. So we're going to try to get it. Nope. I don't really want to poke the powder. But that might be the only way to get this guy. To get that guy up. I'm ready for my fire. Alright. Keep filling this guy up. I didn't want to get too far with that bubble. It's hard to tell. I think we're there. Okay. That bubble right there is bothering me. Of course. And then I pour again and then the bubble comes out. I also think it'd be fun to do polymer clay with these molds. I'm trying to do it slowly because I figured if I do it slowly, maybe I won't get as many bubbles, but I am seeing a ton of bubbles already. It's very hard to see if I am at the top from where I'm sitting. Okay, I think that is good. We're gonna try to torch some of those bubbles. They're not coming up. Like I said, I don't want to do this. As you can see, I've already scraped some of the powder off the mask. That's kind of annoying. Okay, I think I got all those bubbles. Moving on to this one. Sorry, I saw a little bubble hiding out on that one. I'm really curious to see how these turn out. It's always fun getting new molds or molds I've had and I haven't used yet. Just using them and trying them out. There's still a bubble. It's down here. Trying to bring bubbles to the surface here. There we go. Without burning my mold here. Alright, here we go on the last one. And I just hope that some of these bubbles just pop on their own while I'm pouring this. Because this one, I just see all the bubbles. Alright, let's get some of these. Oh, this is so annoying. It has all those bubbles down there. It's still not quite to the surface. There it is. This one. That one I just pulled right out. Trying to get these bubbles to the surface and I'm messing up the powder. I still have one here. And one here. I think I got them both to the surface here. I'm gonna do a quick pop through on all of them. Because I think some of the colors I can't see the bubbles as clearly. Alright, I'm gonna cure these and we will be back. Okay, so I've already demolded the masks So I have some bad news. I think these molds are too thick for UV resin, because they had a hard time curing. The other issue, I think that this powder does not work with UV resin either. So I will retry this again with 2-part epoxy resin instead, because I think they would have been really cool if they actually worked. I will show you how they look. Put them down here because they're still sticky. And you will notice bubbling. So what happened was I tried curing it a little bit before I moved it, and I got bubbles. So yeah, there's a big giant hole right there. So these were a waste of UV resin and pigment. But that's how you learn. You learn from these mistakes and you grow from them. So I actually tried it again. When I demolded them, the bottom part here was still wet. I mean, it picked up more pigment this time. Which kind of cool on this one, how it's just in some spots. But like I said, I will not use these molds with UV resin. I will try the pigments again with regular resin as well. I don't think they work with the UV resin. I don't think the UV resin has enough I don't know. I just don't think it has enough to get through to heat it up. So again, here's some that did not work. I could always use these on my journaling and and not waste them, because I hate wasting things. So I'm not gonna throw them away. I'm just gonna let them sit under the UV light overnight. Maybe get some of the stickiness out of them. But maybe I'll use them in like my journaling or whatnot. So I will try these masks again, these molds. I will try them with clay, polymer clay, and I will try them again with regular 2-part epoxy resin along with the pigment powders. But like I said, resin is a learning process, like any craft or art that you're doing. It's a learning progress, and it's life. Like, nothing ever, I mean, yes, sometimes things come out perfect, but you learn along the way, and you do make mistakes. And so I kind of wanted to just not show this video, but at the same time, it's a learning experience for me and for anybody else who is watching, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So I can't wait to actually use these molds again. With the pigments, I kind of am inspired by just doing parts of it and maybe doing colored resin, and see how that looks. It kind of inspired me on that. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. I'm sorry it didn't turn out the way that I was expecting or what you were expecting, but like I said, learning experience, I know for future. And just a tip, use smaller crafts and like smaller molds, like pendant, like I usually use with UV resin, is like pendants and stuff like that, and work in layers. Because when you work in layers, you make sure that each layer is dry before you move on to the next, because I've had it where I rushed it and probably like weeks later the paste I made with the UV resin wasn't cured all the way through and it got a hole in it somehow and the resin just poured out. So another learning experience for you all. But anyway, I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Thanks for watching and learning with me and growing with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.